What if disappearing was more powerful than speaking up? What if pulling back just when people expect you to fight made you unstoppable? Machiavelli didn't believe power came from being loud. He believed real control comes when no one knows your next move. A wise man does it once, what a fool does it last. Niccolò Machiavelli. In the next few minutes, you'll learn how stepping back strategically can be the ultimate move forward. Machiavelli, often painted as ruthless, was actually a master observer of human power. But here's something most people miss. He didn't just write about ruling others, he studied how to rule yourself. It is much safer to be feared than loved, he wrote. But what if fear comes from absence? In this video, you'll learn why vanishing at the right time is Machiavellian genius, how to keep power by knowing when not to use it, the two invisible laws Machiavelli lived by and how they still shape politics, business, and relationships today. Most people think control means presence, but Machiavelli knew true dominance often lies in the art of not being there. Stay with me, because this tactic could change how you move through every room. Let's talk about Leo, 35, tech founder. His startup goes viral, investors love him, the press adores him. But too much spotlight starts burning holes. Critics dig into his past. Old teammates start leaking stories. Envy creeps in. Then he disappears, deletes his socials, cancels events, says nothing. Everyone speculates. Did he sell the company? Is he hiding? Is he guilty? 3 months later, he reappears stronger than ever, clean, unbothered. Turns out, he was negotiating behind the scenes, locked in his next big deal. The silence? That was the move. A prince should learn to master the art of being absent. In chaos, most people talk. Machiavelli teaches, the boldest thing you can do is not react. Machiavelli understood that being visible all the time is dangerous. When people see you too often, they study your patterns. They look for cracks. That's why he said, the vulgar crowd always is taken by appearances, and the world consists chiefly of the vulgar. Translation? Most people only react to what's in front of them. So if you're not in front of them, they can't tear you down. Silence creates mystery. And mystery, that keeps you in control. Think about Beyoncé. No interviews, no tweets, no commentaries. Then boom, a surprise album drops. Powerful, controlled, undeniable. The silence was part of the strategy. You don't need to ghost everyone. But when you're under attack, or in doubt, wait. Let your absence do the talking. If they can't predict you, they can't control you. But what happens when silence becomes a threat to your influence? Disappearing isn't just about defense, it's also about attraction. Machiavelli knew that people want what they can't have. He wrote, men desire novelty to such an extent that those who are doing well want a change as much as those who are doing badly. Here's what that means. People get bored even with greatness. But if you pull away before they tire of you, you become a myth. Think about Dave Chappelle. At the height of his show's success, he walked away. No warning, no press. For years, people talked more about his absence than they ever did about the show itself. He returned, not just as a comedian, but as a legend. Let's talk about some real-life use. At work, don't overexpose yourself in meetings. In friendships, don't always be available. With your brand or project, build anticipation with pauses. Let people miss you. Absence makes your presence valuable. You've disappeared. Now what? Most people stumble on the comeback. They come back too fast, too louder, too desperate to explain. But Machiavelli had a rule for that too. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. That line isn't about being fake. It's about mastering appearances. Your return should feel deliberate, like it was always part of the plan. You control how people see you. If you come back calm, sharp, and focused, they'll believe the silence made you stronger. But if you come back defensive, they smell weakness. Think of Tiger Woods. After scandal, injury, public collapse, he stayed quiet. For years. Then he came back and won the Masters. No long speeches, no confessions. Just a clean, clear win. That return spoke louder than any interview ever could. Disappeared from a toxic friendship. Don't come back to explain, come back better. Paused a project? Don't relaunch it, loudly drop the new version with confidence. Took time off social? Let your first post show results, not apologies. The way you reappear matters more than why you left. Quick question. Have you ever ruined a comeback by saying too much? Most people do. But what comes next might surprise you. Okay, so now you've pulled back. You've controlled the return. But here's the trap. You vanish so well. You forget to reclaim the space. He who becomes a prince through the favor of the people must always keep them friendly. Machiavelli. Even silence has an expiration date. If people don't hear from you for too long, they replace you. They fill the void with doubt, rumors or someone new. This is where Machiavelli is brutally honest. Power isn't held by disappearing. It's held by managing when, where, and how you show up again. Jay-Z's pattern is textbook Machiavelli. He disappears for years, no interviews, no drama, then shows up with a documentary, a new album, or a partnership with the NFL. Every re-entry is clean, strategic, and timed. You might be wondering, how long is too long? There's no formula, but here's a clue. If people start speculating about your relevance, you've waited too long. You took time off to focus? Great. But check in with your network. Send updates. Drop small signals that you're working. Otherwise, when you're ready to return, no one will be listening. Disappear to gain power, but reappear to keep it. So what does this all mean? Let's be honest. This isn't about being manipulative. It's about self-control, strategy, timing. The first method for estimating the intelligence of a ruler is to look at the men he has around him. Machiavelli is reminding us, silence reveals who's really loyal. Ask yourself, who checks in when you're quiet? Who respects the boundary instead of demanding access? Who fills your silence with respect, not assumptions? Sometimes, the people who panic when you disappear were never on your side to begin with.